Saint Germain, Ancient Nine Mystery School. We experience so much in our life, this journey. And one thing that I can understand for sure, that in my memory, it is a privilege to witness the birth of my children. And as we continue to grow in our experience in life, we will understand that it is also a spiritual privilege to be in the company of death, to witness death, to understand the transition. Because until you do the transition, you won't understand or know for sure that it's an ascension. And that's the biggest mystery about birth and death, prior and after. Because we are only in charge of our own individualism. Therefore, we are our sole controller. There is no predestination, because we can always change the lane. We have that nature-given right to make our own decisions. And the ancient scriptures say that the angels necessarily can't make those decisions. Once they go, they have already taken their route and there's no turning back. But we ultimately have inherited omnipresence. When I say omnipresence, I mean the place outside of the physical where time does not exist. Because we are the manifestation of organic energy. That is the energy that is directly connected to the Akashic, the quantum field, the source, the universe, the multiverse, so many names for the same thing. But that is our connection to omnipresence. When we are in the dream world, there is no time. You can go to the past, you can go to the present, you can go to the future. Because we are interdimensional and multidimensional. But the key was to keep yourself imprisoned here in this third dimension. There's the tricknology of thinking that everything is just physical, and whatever our teachers tell us or whatever our instructors tell us, that's the knowledge. And that's really a slave state of mind. We make all of our decisions based off of observation. Now, you have to ask yourself, are you the predator or are you the prey? And let's go to the continuity of both. The predator does all its hunting and everything based off of hunger. Everything the predator does is based off of hunger. Everything the prey does is based off of fear or paranoia. Because it has something to fear. But I'm telling you, the middle ground is the observer, the eagle. He's not definitely the prey. He's always observing the predator, the eagle eye, the observer, the watchers. And this was the position that the Elohim, some of them had to watch. But as they watched, they got seduced into the beauty. The beauty of the material world, the surface, where all deception exists, the illusion. Because you have to understand that your mouth is the threshold between thought and speech. Your words have the most power here in this dimension. Because we were taught to not know that our words really manifest everything. Thought and word. Everything begins with thought. These are simple things. These are things to understand because they resonate, because it's innate. Heaven and hell are really mentally subjective. Because even in the other realm, you could be in a hell state if you take a wicked state with you into death, which is only the transition. The thing about predators and pray is that we all know that fear in the flesh has a flavor. Fear also has a scent. And this is what the predators pick up on. They feed, rather parasitic, rather metaphysical or physical. They feed off of fear. And in the physical realm, adrenaline has a flavor. And that's the lower level archons, the ones who are in rule now. The vampiric regime, the cannibals. That's no longer conspiracy theory. And of course, if we are on this animal form, we have to eventually realize we're in a slaughterhouse, not an animal form. Because we're waist deep in a spiritual war. And the only way to defend yourself is to be aware and wake up from the amnesia that we are the gods. We are not the servants. We are not a slave. We do not deal with a jealous God. A God is not jealous. Nothing that could rule mankind and create everything in existence. There would be no jealousy in an infinite creator. It's just not going to happen. These are the characteristics of devils. Devils are jealous. Devils are insecure. Devils are mad. Devils do evil things to people. Not God. So be aware of the misinformation and understand that everything is pre-coded within ourselves. Remember that the predator does everything out of hunger.